Okay, y'all. Now, I'm doing the best I can here, but I had part 3 coming up, and right before I was fixing to upload it, this came on my feed. Right when I was uploading the part 3 video, so we're going to have to do like a 3.5 and then 3 all together. So we're going to go ahead and do this, though. So our opinions, our speculations, he pretty much just put them in a spot for us, so it makes it so much easier. I've been digging all day and since last night and everything, every chance I've had in between work and everything, to find this information and put it in a timeline. And I've got so many videos saved, so many screen recordings and everything, but this one thing right here I could not find. So I don't know if it got deleted, maybe YouTube, or stuff is starting to get really hard to find. Like, if you, like, even with keywords and stuff, you know what I mean. But this is all my opinion, speculation. Get your notebooks and let's get into it.
Just blew open the Micah Miller off at the Lumber River State Park.
And that's another thing. I got to bring this up too. That's another thing.
Okay, remember, okay, I had someone in my comments, and I have it screenshotted somewhere. I'm trying to hurry up with all this, but, about Charles. So, we're going to come in, okay, so in my bigger video that I might have coming out tonight, this will come into play with that. So, this is perfect timing, I'm telling you. God's, like, looking out for us, y'all.
As far as the time-wise, people, listen. I really thought it was later than what it was, because it seemed like I had been in that river for a long time, you know? And I had the time confused. The only way that I found out what time that it had really happened was y'all know they're gonna get confused on this. But anyway, the way that I found out what time it really was, I called a friend of mine. And I told him, I said, Charles, I believe something bad has really, a buddy of mine, I shouldn't even call his name, but I said, I believe something down here has really happened real bad.
Yeah, so that's something I've noticed, was he immediately tried to backtrack on calling this guy Charles, because he probably didn't want the name to go out. And why do you think that is? Well, we might have found Charles, and he's...
Okay, now remember the surveillance video of the pawn shop, right? And we were talking about that in the comments with my part 2 video. We were talking about that in the comments. Now here it comes. Y'all watch. I cannot believe this. Like, this was perfect timing, y'all.
Stalking Micah Miller in the pawn shop moments before she was unalived. So in the pawn shop surveillance footage, you can see Micah down below purchasing her Pow Pow. But when Micah comes into the store, a man comes in right behind her wearing light blue jeans and a green shirt. And you can see him right back here. So he follows her into the store, and he kind of just watches her, and it hovers behind her. It's very spooky. And even in that one little shot, you can see him kind of side-eye her, and you can see that she kind of has some intuition here. She feels...
Another thing I noticed in that surveillance video at the pawn shop was that, you know how, like, when you can see the TV camera, or not the cameras, but like the surveillance TVs, where you can see, like, where you're at the counter and you can sit there and watch, like, you know, people behind you or whatever. It looked like, now I could be wrong, but it looked like she kind of scooted over some to where she could see, and was trying to nonchalantly kind of like look in those cameras and stuff, because she knew somebody was following her. Now, remember, and this is going to go to our other videos, and then we're going to tie all this up in a little bow. So, and then you remember her best friend, Charlotte, JP called her and said, hey, Micah went and bought a and she was headed up that way. I thought she was coming to visit you. So y'all remember that phone call? I have that too somewhere, and we're going to, like I said, we're going to put it all together, but
it's like somebody's watching her. As if so this next part, I just want to say again that he bought nothing. He appears to be shopping for nothing. And when Micah moves, so does he move. So let's watch Micah switch counters, and you can see him off.
Okay, this is where she kind of like slides over where she can kind of see, you know, and you'll see her nonchalantly. And also, when she leaves, he's like over there already kind of by the doors and stuff by then, kind of chilling. I don't know, like just, I don't know, being sus and obvious. But when she leaves, he leaves. So if anybody can find the outside surveillance footage of when she left and what car that man got into, and then that way maybe we can time that up with the gas station. If so, let me know, please.
Screen here, just blatantly watching her, and then when she moves, he moves, and he's pretending like he's not following her. But I think Micah is a street smart person and got the that indeed this man was watching her. So much so that when he says by her,
so you see her looking up.
They actually make eye contact right here.
She can see the.
And that's just really chills, because I think this guy looks hella sus and is potentially in on it, and potentially could be working for JP, because JP may own a cult. So I just want to point out here, this is in the final moments. You can see him in the background on the far right hand side, and he appears to just be hovering there as Micah is wrapping up her purchase. And it honestly feels like to me like he's listening in on their conversation to make sure that Micah is wrapping up her purchase so that he can now leave the shop, follow her out of the shop. So he'll leave before she does. So let's just play this.
Yeah, and that's when he starts making his way like closer to the door, when I said he was looking even more sus and like Captain Obvious over there.
So there she is. She's wrapping it up. He's making sure she's done. He exits the store in the back, and then moments later, she gets her pow pow, and then exits as well. So he was trying to be slick here, but the surveillance camera didn't lie. You can clearly see that he was following her this entire time she was in the store. Well, it turns out a TikToker in the comments section identified the man in the video as a guy named Charles McKinnon. So Bell writes,
now what do we say? There's too many coincidences. So I'm telling y'all, get your notebooks. People are not questioning and looking at this. They're looking everywhere else. They're looking where, like, hey, you know, don't look at the fisherman, don't look at this guy, don't look at this truck. They're just witnesses and this and that and the other. But my opinion,
Johnny Jacobs is American Indian, because everybody thought the person in surveillance footage was Johnny, but it wasn't. This guy is actually Charles McKinnon. I know because I work with him and known him for years. And this part really gave me chills because it lines up perfectly. So I did some digging here. Oh, and I just want to preface this by saying, please don't send any hate to anybody on my channel.
Yeah, don't.
But this is the fisherman. I tracked him down.
If we're going to get anywhere, we have to move in silence. So no sending hate, nothing. Just keep your notes, write it down, and we can come together and we can get justice for Micah.
And his first post on Facebook is tagging the man seen in the video, Charles McKinnon. So they actually do have a very close relationship. And you can see that this guy is actually the guy, what looks to be the guy in the video, and it's confirmed through a TikTok comment. So I don't know if this is just someone trolling me, but this just lines up way too perfectly, and it really gave me chills. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. So as I said earlier, Johnny in his interview with Natasha Cooper said that his phone call to the man named Charles was at 1:27 p.m. So this just happens to be the exact time Micah pulled up to the gas station, and was also when she was spotted being followed by that black truck and another white car. So many people are wondering what car Charles drove.
Okay, and y'all remember me saying that white car and that black truck, how that black truck was, and then how that white car got her attention. And she noticed. So whoever was in that white car, which could have been anyone, because JP in the church owns 12 different cars. Or I could be wrong on the number, but they own a lot of cars. We don't know who knows who drives what. There's like so much. I mean, it's not so cut and dry like the media and everyone else is saying. It's not. There's just too much.
And is it a black truck or a white car? And could that 1:27 p.m. phone call made to Charles was actually for them to go ahead and execute their plan to, do nefarious things with Micah?
And it's crazy because I was just talking about all this in my part second of this, and y'all actually listened to me, and it's amazing. Thank y'all so much.
And I'm trying not to get sued here because I know JP is setting out cease and desist letters. And it was also revealed that Johnny Jacobs had deleted all his phone calls off of his phone.
Okay, y'all. I've got to go, but y'all, if y'all want to watch the full video, go, and it's Joseph Morris. You can see it on here. I've liked it. I've saved it to my whatever folder I got, and y'all go like it, watch the full thing, and we're gonna get part 3 all the way. Part 3 tonight, covering the fisherman, and that's not even. I work so hard, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I spent all day. So, but thank y'all. Justice for Micah, for real.